Did you know that 85% of a meeting's success is determined within the first few minutes? That's right. The way you kick off a meeting can set the tone for everything that follows. But here's the catch. Most leaders use outdated icebreakers that don't engage or energize their teams. What if you could change that and supercharge your meetings with just a few creative strategies? In this video, we're diving into 6 powerful icebreakers that will transform the way your team collaborates, communicates, and connects. Whether you're leading a small team or a big project, these strategies will help you build trust, spark creativity, and get everyone on the same page, fast. Stick around to discover fun, effective icebreakers that will make your meetings more engaging and your leadership even stronger. Chapter 1. The Power of First Impressions. Kickstart with creative introductions. Meetings are often packed with ideas, but how do you get people to speak up in the first place? The answer is simple. Kick off with a creative introduction. You've heard the phrase, first impressions are everything, and research backs this up. According to a study by Princeton University, it takes just 1/10 of a second to form an impression of someone. So, why not make it count? Start with a fun and offbeat question. Instead of the usual, "What do you do?" ask something like, "If you were a superhero, what would your superpower be?" Or, "What's your most unexpected skill?" These kinds of questions lighten the mood and allow participants to share more personal, memorable aspects of themselves. Studies show that people remember emotions far more than facts. When someone opens up with an interesting or unexpected answer, it sparks curiosity and fosters connection. This is critical for leaders because creating a comfortable environment early on means your team will be more engaged and open during the meeting. In fact, 92% of communication is nonverbal, meaning body language, tone, and mood set the stage before the conversation even begins. As leaders, we should consider psychological safety as a cornerstone of communication. Dr. Amy Edmondson, a Harvard professor, describes psychological safety as a belief that one will not be penalized or humiliated for speaking up with ideas, questions, concerns, or mistakes. Creative icebreakers build this environment from the start. When everyone feels safe to express themselves, discussions flow freely. An icebreaker shouldn't just be a way to pass time. Make it purposeful. When everyone shares something offbeat but still related to the workplace, like their dream project or a fun fact about their industry, people get a clearer sense of each other's values and personalities. This creates an immediate sense of team and sets a positive tone for the conversation. In the book Radical Candor by Kim Scott, she stresses the importance of building relationships early on, noting that people who feel personally connected are more likely to collaborate effectively. So, use this time wisely. If you need to, go beyond the usual and get creative. You'll be surprised how such simple gestures can shift the energy of a room. Chapter 2. The Emoji Challenge. Break the ice with digital language. We live in a digital world, and emojis are now a universal language. Whether you're texting, emailing, or in a video meeting, emojis are often part of how we communicate. Why not harness this tool to break the ice? Instead of asking people how they're feeling, challenge them to describe their mood using only emojis. It's fast, it's fun, and it can reveal a lot about how people are thinking, especially during high-stress meetings. In fact, a study from University College London found that using emojis in digital communication actually helps people feel more connected. When words are not enough to express the full emotional range, emojis provide a visual shortcut. If you're dealing with a team that works remotely, this challenge can help bridge the physical gap between people. It's a quick way to engage your team and make everyone feel seen, even if they're miles apart. Emojis also tap into our brain's visual processing system. The brain processes images 60,000 times faster than words, so using emojis can help communicate emotions or ideas quickly. A team might better understand each other's feelings through an emoji than through a long-winded explanation. Think of this as a speedy emotional check-in, especially for teams dealing with tight deadlines or complex projects. But there's another reason to use emojis in your icebreakers. They make things less intimidating. In professional settings, communication can sometimes feel formal or stiff. Emojis humanize the interaction. They add a layer of authenticity that encourages individuals to relax and be themselves. This doesn't just apply to remote teams. Face-to-face meetings can also benefit from this playful approach. Remember that the goal of Icebreakers is to set the tone for open, honest dialogue. According to research in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, when individuals feel emotionally safe, they're more likely to speak their minds and share ideas without fear of judgment. By encouraging the use of emojis, you're removing barriers to effective communication and fostering a culture of transparency. Chapter 3. 2 Truths, 1 Lie, but with a twist. 2 Truths and 1 Lie is a classic icebreaker, but let's take it up a notch. Instead of sharing random facts about yourself, try to make the truths work within the context of your work or professional journey. This twist keeps things interesting and relevant. For example, ask participants to share 2 real challenges they've faced in their career and 1 exaggerated version of a challenge they didn't experience. It's a great way to spark conversation while also allowing people to share their unique experiences. This variation does more than just entertain. It facilitates learning about each other's strengths and problem-solving skills. Research from the Harvard Business Review suggests that when leaders share their own stories of struggle and triumph, it makes them more relatable and human. By adding this layer to the icebreaker, you encourage others to open up, share their experiences, and maybe even seek advice. What makes this icebreaker even more effective is the element of mystery. When participants guess the lie, they're engaging their analytical skills, making the process both fun and mentally stimulating. It creates a sense of curiosity, a key trait for successful teams. In fact, the more curious people are, the better they perform. According to studies in psychological science, curiosity is linked to higher problem-solving abilities. Plus, it's a low-risk way to engage. No one has to share something too personal or uncomfortable, but it still encourages people to open up about their work history. The twist makes it a game, which often helps ease tension and makes the experience feel less formal and more engaging. There's also a psychological aspect at play. By focusing on professional truths, you're prompting individuals to reflect on their personal journeys and growth. This reflection can help them find common ground with their colleagues and promote a growth mindset. Leaders can use this icebreaker not just as a way to get to know their team, but also as a strategic tool to align values and discuss challenges the team faces. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want more leadership tips and strategies, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss out on future videos that will elevate your leadership game. Chapter 4. Speed collaborating. The 3-minute idea swap collaboration is key to any successful meeting, but getting everyone to jump into the conversation can be tricky. That's where the 3-minute idea swap comes in. In just 3 minutes, encourage participants to pair up and discuss a challenge, idea, or solution. The short time limit forces people to focus and be concise, creating a sense of urgency that sparks creativity. The idea is simple. In a fast-paced, time-limited exercise, people are more likely to share their thoughts quickly without overthinking. In a study from the University of California, researchers found that short bursts of collaboration often lead to better outcomes than long, drawn-out discussions. The reason? The limited time frame encourages people to cut through the fluff and focus on what really matters. So, when you set the timer for just 3 minutes, participants don't feel the pressure to be perfect. They simply share their best ideas on the fly. The 3-minute format also allows for multiple rounds of exchanges, meaning each person gets the chance to talk with more than one colleague. This can build diverse perspectives and foster a deeper sense of teamwork. Research from Harvard Business Review suggests that teams who collaborate across different roles and backgrounds often come up with more innovative solutions. By creating opportunities for people to share ideas quickly, you're helping your team think outside the box. What makes this exercise even more powerful is the natural flow of energy. When people feel a sense of urgency and excitement, it propels them to share more openly and enthusiastically. And, importantly, they're more likely to listen actively to others. This strengthens team connections, as participants are given a platform to express their thoughts in a low-pressure environment. Psychologist Daniel Goleman explains in his book Emotional Intelligence that successful leaders are those who can balance urgency with calmness. Speed collaborating taps into this balance perfectly. It helps create emotionally intelligent teams who can think quickly and empathize with others. As a leader, you can use the 3-minute idea swap to show that quick thinking doesn't have to sacrifice depth or quality. Chapter 5. The Visionary Snapshot. 30 seconds of future focus. Every leader needs to keep their eyes on the future. One way to inspire your team and shift the focus of a meeting is with the Visionary Snapshot. In this icebreaker, each person shares a vision of what the ideal future for their project or team looks like in 30 seconds. The challenge is to make it clear, concise, and inspiring. This exercise not only aligns everyone's goals but also encourages creative thinking. It helps participants look beyond the present moment and focus on what's possible. A study from McKinsey & Company found that companies with clear visions are 25% more likely to succeed in achieving their goals. Leaders who can cast a vision that aligns with their team's values are more likely to inspire action. When everyone shares their vision for the future, it opens the door for collaborative goal setting and alignment, setting a solid foundation for productive conversations. The beauty of the Visionary Snapshot lies in its simplicity. It's not about giving a detailed plan, it's about capturing a powerful image of what success looks like. A 30-second snapshot encourages clarity and makes it easy for team members to articulate their hopes and aspirations. In Start With Why, Simon Sinek explains that the most successful leaders are those who can communicate their vision in a way that inspires others to follow. By starting with a visionary snapshot, you're helping your team develop a shared sense of purpose. Research from the University of Pennsylvania shows that when people articulate a shared vision, they're more likely to feel motivated to work towards it. When everyone can picture the same successful future, the entire team is more engaged. This simple icebreaker sets the tone for a meeting where the focus isn't just on tasks, but on what's possible in the bigger picture. Using the visionary snapshot in your meetings also promotes creative thinking. People are encouraged to think about future opportunities without the constraints of day-to-day challenges. It creates a space for new ideas, new strategies, and fresh approaches. As a leader, you're demonstrating that visionary thinking is a key part of collaboration. Chapter 6. The Icebreaker Relay. Building on each other's strengths. Leaders understand the power of a well-functioning team. One way to break the ice and tap into team strengths right from the start is through an icebreaker relay. In this exercise, participants start by sharing one strength they bring to the team, then they nominate someone else to share a strength that complements their own. This relay goes on until everyone has both shared and received a compliment, creating a strong foundation of mutual respect and understanding. Psychologists suggest that people are more likely to feel motivated and valued when they are acknowledged for their contributions. According to research from Gallup, teams with high levels of recognition have 21% higher productivity. When you highlight strengths early in the meeting, you not only create a positive atmosphere but also encourage your team to bring their best selves to the table. The key to making this relay work is the concept of building on each other's strengths. In Strengths Finder 2.0, Tom Rath argues that focusing on strengths, rather than weaknesses, creates higher-performing teams. Leaders who acknowledge and encourage the unique strengths of each team member create an environment where people feel empowered to contribute. This icebreaker turns the spotlight on everyone's positive attributes, making it an energizing way to start a meeting. In the workplace, positive reinforcement is essential for success. When you start a meeting by focusing on what people bring to the table, you boost their confidence and engagement. According to research from Harvard Business School, employees who feel their strengths are acknowledged are more likely to stay motivated and focused on long-term goals. It's an effective way to set a productive, collaborative tone from the start. The icebreaker relay also encourages active listening. Participants need to listen carefully to what others say to identify strengths and offer meaningful feedback. This not only builds rapport but also enhances communication skills, which are critical for any leader or team. When you engage in this exercise, you're fostering an environment where everyone's contribution is valued and relationships are strengthened. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more leadership tips and icebreaker strategies that will make your meetings more productive and fun.